Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Another episode. Quickly here. Man, these cookies are good. Invictus, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, man. We just got started here. So what are we gonna do today? Probably stream for a couple hours. We'll solve some Leetcode problems, and then we're gonna continue to work on the project. Probably on the C++ project, because in the next few days on stream, I'm gonna start working on the restaurant management system for my class with my team. So I think that's what I'll be working on next for a couple months on stream. So let's take a look here. I believe yesterday we were working on... I was so tired yesterday, man. I feel so much better. We were working on... Ooh, jeez. Course schedule. Go send them a text. Okay. Anyway, so we were doing this problem here. Course schedule. Just in our top 100 most like. We have solved this problem before. It's been a little bit though, but we're going to finish it off. So what we were doing yesterday is we did our adjacency list. We did the print adjacency list. We were looping through all the num courses, right? And if we return false here, then we return false to everything. Otherwise, we return true. For edge and edges, we add our edges, right? So let's give this a run. I don't think it'll run, actually. Yeah, that's what I thought. Do we have our defs function? We do. So let's call this defs int node, and then int num courses, right? We obviously want our base case here, right? I'm trying to think here. I think we're gonna need some unordered sets here, right? What do we want to hold in here? Probably fully explored integers, right? So let's create our visited set, right? We probably want like a unordered set of integers being our path, right? The current path that we're on. Trying to think what else we would want. We have a DFS function here. What I'm trying to think here is that we loop through, right, every single function here. So let's grab this here, put this on the screen. Oop. Man, that coffee's good. Num courses here, right, being 2, right? But technically, you know, we can start from 0, right? Being 2. Num courses is less than or equal to 1 to 2000. We're going to have prerequisite.length 0 to 5000. Prerequisite.length is equal to 2. So I'm trying to think about here. I would like to probably print this here. So let's get rid of this code here and just get something that we're viewing on the screen. Yeah, and then we can put it back. So here we get our adjacency list. So we have 1 pointing to 0 and 0 pointing to 1, right? So how can we... I feel like in this problem here we need to look for cycles, right? Back A, return adjacency list. So 1 maps to 0, 0 maps to 1. Trying to think here, would we want both here in this case? Well, in this case here, we'd start from 0 and go to 1. Right? And that would really be it, right? Currently, total of 2 courses take course 1, you should have finished course 0, so it is possible. And of course, yeah, there are a total of 2 courses to take. You take course 1, you should have finished course 0, and to take course 0, you should have also finished course 1, so it is impossible. So yeah, we're looking for a cycle here. So I'm trying to think here. The base case being, well, if this is interesting because I haven't done this in C++ yet, so let's grab this code. If if what? If if visited.find node feels different when you're doing this in Python versus C++. The way to think about it. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think here. Let's do ordered set C++ documentation. This needs to be bool too. We want to return a bool. Turn that, we return false. Keys, yeah. C++ 14. Interesting. Okay, so we have .find, got an iterated to an element, right? And .find. Reference K. So it's either count or find. Searches the container for elements with a value of k. It returns the number of elements found because unordered set containers do not allow for duplicate values. This means that the function actually returns 1 if an element with that value exists in the container and 0 otherwise. Okay. So if visited dot count node, right, turn true, right, because if there is something there, already checked. This should be like already looked at. No cycle, right? We have another base case here where we do if path.count node. So if this is in our current path, then we know that this is a cycle here, right? So this here would return false, right? We then will do path.add here. Is it insert? I think it's insert actually. Path.insert. Path.insert. Forgot, we should probably put on some music, right? Let's put on some relaxing music, dude. I need some relaxing music. Okay. Path.count node, we return false. Visitor.count node, we return true. We then insert our node, right? And then we want to loop. Okay, well, for int neighbor in, right, our, what is that thing called? Adjacency list, right? For int neighbor in adjacency list node, right? What do we want to do here? For int neighbor in adjacency list node, we want to do DFS on our neighbor here and num courses. In this case here, I don't think we really need num courses, but I mean, I don't even really think we need to change it, right? We get past this and we return true, right? Then we'd want to do visitor.add, sorry, visitor.insert node, right? We want to, this node is now fully explored, right? Probably need an if here to check, right? Because if we return false here, we want to get out of this, right? Because then we instantly know that there's a cycle here and that, you know, we want to return false, right? So if we do if I'm trying to think here. If DFS neighbor courses, right? We then want to just return false, right? Okay, we return false here. We do visitor.insert node. Path.arrays node. Yeah, arrays the element. It'll be array specific element. Moves from one to a set containing either single element or a range of elements. Okay. So we remove that node and then we can return true, right? We'll leave that should be our DFS function there. Let's see what that gives us though. We expected colon here. Whoops. Turn true. There we go. Sweet. We are the slowest, but I don't really think it matters. I mean, I think they're going to be... Okay, this is done iteratively using a std vector integer compute order. Creating a queue here. So they build the adjacency list. Did it similar to me. Const auto reference vec in nodes. Class solution can finish. Topo sort. Topo sort TS. Or okay, cool. I mean, We did similar. I feel like my code's a little bit more organized than this one, but it does run faster, but it's okay. We're not trying to make the fastest stuff anyway, so. Yeah. Pretty happy with that. Let's probably jump back and do a few of the problems that we missed out on. Let's come here. Let's go back a question. Vowel spell checker. So we did this. Let's do this problem here. Alice and Bob. Classic little simulation here. Okay, so Alice and Bob are playing a game on a string. You're given S. Alice and Bob will take turns playing the following game where Alice starts first. On Alice's turn, she has to remove any non-empty substring from S. Okay. She has to remove any non-empty substring from S that contains an odd number of vowels. Remove any non-empty substring from S that contains an odd number of vowels. On Bob's turn, he has to remove any non-empty substring from S that contains an even number of vowels. The first player who cannot make a move on their turn loses the game. We assume that both Alice and Bob play optimally. Turn true if Alice wins the game, and return false otherwise. The English vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So the first thing I think about here is, okay, so they only use lowercase English letters, so we can totally eliminate the uppercase letters here. So we have Leetcoding. Alice can win the game as follows. Alice plays first. She can delete the underlined substring. S is equal to Leetcoding, which contains 3 vowels. The resulting string is DER. So is it a continuous substring and a non-empty substring from S? Contains a non-empty substring is continuous sequence. Okay. Change 3 vowels. The resulting string is DER. Bob plays a second. He can delete the underlined substring DER, which contains 0 vowels. The resulting string is ER. Delete the underlined substring in S. Okay, any substring of S that contains an odd number of vowels. So they chose DER, which E is our odd number of vowels, right? Then Bob plays second. He can delete the underlined substring in S is equal to ER. I'm trying to think here. DER. Bob plays second. He can delete the underlined substring in S, DER, which contains 0 vowels. The resulting string is S is equal to ER. Alice plays third. She can delete the whole string S is equal to ER, which contains 1 vowel. Bob plays fourth. Since the string is empty, there is no vowel play for Bob, so Alice wins the game. This is such a weird question, dude. Right, so you can remove any non-empty substring from S. Right, so, I mean, there's multiple different ways that you can win this game. B, B, C, D. There is no way for Alice in her first turn, so Alice loses the game. I'm trying to think here. Well, like, I'm a little bit confused here. Unfair game from Bob's Pub. Trying to think here. What would be the best way to go about this? I'm a little confused to exactly. I thought we keep removing from the original string, but looks like here we remove any non-empty substring from S. Possibly remove any non-empty substring from S. Vowels game. I just want a little bit of a better description. We constantly moving substrings from LS. Okay, so I was right since you don't. Play 1 minute, way 2 inches. Right, so so I want to think about this, right? There's multiple ways that we can think about this problem, right? But we want to think about totally what the base of this will be, right? Actually, let's get rid of that output. Let's use the input here. So we're given S, right? On Alice's turn, she has to remove any non-empty substring from S that contains an odd number of vowels. So really, if our substring contains one vowel, right, it will work, right? Every time we can just remove one vowel, right? We can choose to remove 3, or we can 5, or 7, or 9, or, you know, whatever it is, right? But really, at the end of the day, for Alice's part to be valid, there needs to be at least one char, right? Let's not do char, let's do at least one vowel, right? And 2, it looks like here for Bob, he can delete the underlying string DER. What I'm confused about here is they take DER, but then they delete ER from DER. That's what I'm a little bit confused about. Oh my gosh, dude, I totally read it wrong, bro. Wow, okay. So, we have, this is the string that we take, right? This contains 3 vowels, right? And then here we take this, right? Because this doesn't contain any. And then we have we have ER, which contains 1 vowel, and we delete it, right? So, really at the end of the day, for Alice, right? We need to just check if it has 1 vowel, right? Because if it has 1 vowel, then we can return true, right? And if it has no vowels, switch it, right? If it has no vowels, right? Then this is true, right? And this is for Bob. So I'm trying to think here. Could there be ways where, depending on our input, right? Maybe Alice might win, and maybe Bob might win, right? I'm thinking there probably is. Alright, if you think about it, if we took Alice, right? So AE, right? We could take these 2, right? Delete that, right? Bob could take TC, delete that, right? Alice could then take E and O, right? Delete that. We're left to DER, right? Then Bob could take only D, right? And then Alice could take ER. That leaves Bob with nothing. Alice wins, right? So I guess technically that would work, right? But I'm trying to think how exactly we'd want to go about this. Do we want to? So does Alice win every time though? Right? I guess that's something we want to check. Does Alice win every time if there's a vowel? Right? So technically, you know, maybe we have one vowel, right? Okay. Or we have two vowels, right? The question is, right? You know, does Alice always win? I'm curious because does Alice always win, right? So it looks like here they don't have any vowels. There's no vowel play for Alice in her first turn. Muhammad says, bro, did you get a job? Not yet, bro. Not yet. Still grinding. Ryan, dude, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Thanks for joining the stream, guys. Let's take a look at some of the description. Bob and Alice should just marry. Okay. The fucking dumb brain just couldn't do it. Catch. Then I opened discussion and found unfair game for Bob. Poor Bob. Then I was like, nothing is missing. Bob is really good. Let's take a look at the hints. If there are no vowels in the initial string, then Bob wins. If the number of vowels in the initial string is odd, then Alice can remove the whole string on her first turn and win. Holy shit, yeah, I didn't really think about that. What if the number of vowels in the initial string is even? What's the optimal play for Alice's first turn? Trying to think here. How do we want to go about this? What is the optimal play if the vowels are even, right? If we're working with a string, right, and the vowels are even, so what's a string where the vowels are even? We got one. Sheep. Right? Sheep, right? Is that text, right? We have an even number of vowels, right? What would be the optimal play here for Alice, right? Well, Alice can almost automatically only remove one, right? So we could come here and remove this, right? Remove one, right? Then we remove everything, okay? And we're left with E. That means Bob can't do anything because there's an invalid amount, right? So what if we had, maybe we had sheepa. I'm going to say 4 letters, right? We would remove 1, 2, 3. There's only one vowel left for Bob. That means Bob automatically loses the game. I started learning C yesterday. Let's go, Ryan. Let's go. C's fun, bro. C's goated, man. I'm trying to think here. I feel like this problem is much more simple than what it comes out to be. But I guess we have to just think about it like, you know, we could simulate this, right? We could simulate everything, right? There could be a shit ton of code. I don't think that is the optimal way of solving this, right? Because it goes back to my original question, does Alice always win, right? Does Alice always win when there's at least one vowel, right? Because, I mean, we looked at the case where we had 4, right? Technically, we had 4. We had an even number. We had 4 vowels, right? And Alice automatically wins, right? So if we had 1,000, you know, Alice would automatically win, right? We could remove 999, right? If we only had 1 vowel, right? Then Alice also automatically wins too, right? We can remove the whole string. So therefore, you know, from what we've worked out, I believe that Alice wins, right? As long as we have at least one vowel. At least one vowel. right? That's what I'm thinking here, right? We've done the working out. We know that Alice can automatically win only from one vowel, right? So let's do char. Let's create a method. Like, we don't even need that, right? I think we could just simply iterate over it, right? S.size, right? I++, right? If we see a char, right? Let's create like a set here, right? Let's do like unordered set vowels. Oh shit. Unordered set. We want char vowels is equal to A E I O U, right? We have all our vowels, right? If SI dot find, sorry, not SI, if vowels dot find, then we pass in SI, right? Because if we have at least one vowel, if vowels dot find SI, this returns true. We can automatically assume, hey yo, what's up, dude? We can automatically just return true for this case, right? And we can return false, right? Because if we find at least one vowel, we could technically remove the whole thing. If we have an even amount of vowels, we can remove, you know, n-1, right? And then we have one left over, then Bob automatically loses the game, right? Because then on the next move, we could totally remove everything. So I believe that could be our solution. You gave an iterator is not actually convertible to bool. If vowels don't find SI, we return true. Is it dot find? What is it? Dot count. That's what it is. Dot count. There we go. I think we did think about it right. Boom. Easy, dude. That's the power of thinking on the whiteboard. You know, I was thinking in the beginning, I was thinking like, okay, holy shit, like, you know, we're gonna have to do a whole simulation here. But really, you break down the problem. Good. So far preparing for an upcoming exam, dude. Let's go, man. I hope it goes well, dude. Yeah, I hate exams, bro. They give me anxiety the day before. But yeah, like, I'm pretty proud of that, right? We thought about it, right? We went all the way down. We thought, okay, does Alice always win, right? I mean, I feel like the comment section kind of gave it away a little bit, but right, a DP code in the contest. Interesting. Interesting problem for sure. Let's let's jump in and check out our other daily question. Well, wow, dude, I didn't even know they had this. Dude, this is sick. I guess we missed a shit ton of vowel stuff. Like, let's see, how long have we been going for? Agreed on the whiteboard and exams. These days I've been using whiteboard a lot. Yeah, man, whiteboard is the best way to plan what you're doing, I feel like. Helps me a lot. So I'm thinking here, I guess we might as well just do this problem, why not? Again, with a string S consisting of English letters from A to Z, your task is to find the vowel in one A-E-I-O-U with the maximum frequency, find the constant and all the other letters excluding the vowels with the maximum frequency. U, E, maximum frequency is 2, the consonants are S, frequency 4, C, frequency 2, the maximum frequency is 4. The output is 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. Okay. Return the sum of the two frequencies, right? So we're looking for the maximum of the vowels. Okay, so I think this is a pretty straightforward problem. I mean, we already thought about it, right? So really what you want to do here, we want to create a unordered set again of chars, right? We can call those vowels. We can put in A-E-I-O-U, right, for a O of 1 lookup time. A, E, I, you want O, and U, right? What we want to do here is we probably want two separate methods, right? We can find our int max vowels, right? Pass in our string s, right? We can as well int max consonants, right? And pass in our string s, right? We can then call it here, right? So let's call max vowels is equal to max vowels string s, right? And we can do, let's just call this like int max 1, right? Grab that, right? And then we can take int max 2 is equal to max consonants, right? Pass in our string s. And I guess we just want to return max 1 plus max 2, right? So how we would find our max vowels, right? Well, we'd probably want to keep two separate dictionaries, right? So I'm thinking is the best way here. We take two separate dictionaries. So we have an unordered map we want to map a char to an integer, right? And we can call this vowels map, right? We then have a unordered map of, again, the same thing, char to int, and we want a consonant map, right? We then want to check here. Okay, well, if, not if, we probably want a loop, right? For, do we need access to our index here? Probably not, right? So we could probably do, well, val for char letter in s, right? We then want to go, well, let's do vowels map letter plus or equal to 1, right? We would do the same thing over here, right? For letter in s, right? We do, well, if this is our max vowels, so we do, well, if vowels.count, right? Letter. So if it's in vowels, right? We then want to add it, right? And we would just do the opposite here, right? So we can get rid of this. Just do the opposite here. All right, we can grab our if statement here. Letter in as vowels.count letter, but we want the negation of that. And then we would come in here, add this plus or equal to 1 if. Then here, what we want to do, this builds our map, right? Okay, and then here we just want to return the maximum value in our map. Now let's see, what would probably be the best way? Is there a built-in function? How do we? Maximum key map. No, we want the maximum map value. Okay, so we want to create a int max val, right? Let's call this. Let's call int max val is equal to, I think it's int underscore min, right? We then want to go, okay, so for const auto reference in key value, right? In our, what do we call this map? Our consonant map, right? Oh man, get back, dude. Oh, dude. So I'm trying to think here. we obviously want... We really want our frequency, right? So really, all we have to keep track of is our value, right? Because we just want our frequency here, right? So we can go, okay, well, if value is greater than max val, then let's we do max val is equal to value, right? And really, we just want to return our max val. I believe that should work, right? We're going to copy this code up here, right? We can create our max val as well here. Loop through. And just return our max val, right? Then return our max 1 and max 2 up here. So I believe this should be good. Max val string s. Whoops, we don't want to pass that in. We just want to get rid of that. Probably got some more bugs here. We have a signed integer overflow. Time max 1 plus max 2. Runtime error signed integer overflow cannot be represented in type int. Probably want to do what, a double probably. Maybe a long. Let's see if that makes it better. Okay, how? Turn max 1 and max 2. Our assigned integer overflow cannot be presented in type int. What can we go up to? S.length can be... So why are we getting assigned integer overflow here? Instead of doing int min, let's do 0. Because we can't have negative, right? Maybe that's what's causing the error. Okay, we have 4, we have 0. No, it says int min and int max aren't symmetrical around 0. Int min and int max aren't symmetrical around 0. Trying to think here. Oh my gosh, so I'm looking at Consonant's map. This needs to be an S. That's why I'm getting the wrong value. Oh, wait, shit. Hang on. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, wait. No, I'm fine. Wait, what am I saying here? In letter, we're building the map. Vowels map. In Consonant's map. In Consonant's map. So I'm looking at both. I didn't change it. This should be in Vowels map. Consonant's map. There we go. Cool. Now, is there a faster way to do it? I mean, ours is old van, but probably. Did you only just say or any dev thing? Yeah, man. I'm working on a game right now. I'm working on a C++ game. I'm gonna work on it a little bit on stream. I just like to do a little bit of Leetcode before. Yeah, this is what I've been working on. I don't know if it'll run right now, but let's see. I think it might run. Yeah, I've got build errors. I have some errors in it I have to fix. Shit, what are my errors? It's not telling me. One failed. What do we fail, dude? See reference function template instantiation. Turn button entity. I don't know. I'd have to look into it, but I'm working on a game right now, so I do. But to answer your question, yeah, I do a bit of both. I have some of my projects listed on my GitHub if you want to take a look. Did an internship project. I'm working on something called Rate My Frat. Haven't had a lot of time to work on it, but been working a lot on the game, and then working on a capstone project for my software engineering class. So, great, brother. Thank you, man. Yeah. I just try and do a bit of everything. So, how'd your interview go? Yeah, it went really good actually. I had an interview today. Sadly, I mean, I got to the 4th round, but I can't start till January. January 5th is the day I'm trying to find a job for. So, you know, I got to the 4th round, and I told them in the interview, I was like, you know, they asked me like, when can you start? I was like, I can't start till January 5th. So, you know, I have to come back and apply again in a couple months if they have another open position. 3.5 months. It's about what, January 5th is about 3.5 months. So they were looking for someone to start, you know, as soon as possible. And, you know, so, you know, I totally get it. It's okay. You know, I think I mean, the interviewing went really good. I mean, I did, what did I do? 4 rounds of interviewing. So that company, but I mean, it sucks, but you know, I understand. So just on to the next one, and just got to keep interviewing. So I'll definitely reapply again if they have an open position in a couple months, probably in November, closer to my start date. But you know, just gonna keep grinding, keep getting those applications in. But yeah, I think we're gonna leave the Leetcode for now. Hell yeah, dude, let's go. Thank you, bro. I think we'll find something. I think that's a bit of enough Leetcode today. I mean, we did 3 problems, so I think that's more than enough. But yeah, been chopping through the Leetcode. So let's do a little bit of project work. I mean, we're kind of looking at this. I don't know what this error is here though. This is what I don't like about Visual. Ah, here we go. It's telling me where. Okay. Reason cannot convert argument UI text exponent to const std string reference. Where is this? Component registry.hpp. That's in the cannot convert UI text component to const std string. UI text component. So I think maybe const std string reference. Yeah, so this is we don't want this to be const. Ooh, but our create button wants us to have a const. We don't want a const. Maybe this just might fix it. Let's try and rebuild it. Nope. Can I convert? So I'm not sure what my error is here. Let's try and clean solution. Okay, 0 failed. Okay, rebuild solution. Sometimes Visual Studio makes like hella errors, dude. I don't know. I'm still getting these errors, dude. Astro binary operator cannot convert argument 1 from UI text component to. I don't have a const std string reference anymore, bro. What are you talking about? but this... I'm not even calling this function either, bro. Like, what is this? What if I just comment it out for now? Okay. Right, so it is an issue in that function. But anyway, for people that want to see the game, I have showed this many times on stream. This is what I got so far. Pretty basic. Right now I'm trying to get some buttons on the screen. So I'm trying to make a UI later and get some buttons on the screen. Been working on it for maybe a couple months. I know, you know, I work on it a little bit every day. It's just a little passion thing to learn C++. So I'm not cracked at C++, so don't expect that. I am fairly new. I've only been doing it a couple months, so. So we create this. We create our transform pointer to take in this stuff here. We want our text point taking text, and I think this is where it's failing here. Let's see what we have in our components. SCD string text. Let's go to scene here. Let's try and build this. What do we got here? Stuff here. We get some build errors again. I don't know what this error is, dude. UI text component to constant. CD cdev Yeah, I'm gonna take these errors. Let's grab these. Copy. Let's take this, copy. I'm not sure what this error is here. Let's take a look. Then the probably next stream I'm gonna be working on the software engineering project I have for my classes. Talked about before, we're building a restaurant management system, so a lot of my time is going to be getting dedicated to that. So tough, but I want to keep doing C++ stuff, so that's the goal. I might do it a little bit off stream, but the error indicates that the entire UI text from instructs is being passed to serialization. It's not just its text method. The fix is to serialize. Do we have to serialize the text instead? I think I did that over here. I think I maybe had a similar issue where I had to serialize it. I think it's something to do with the library that I'm using. I'm using my buddy's entity component system that he made, so I think this is probably an error on his end, I think. See if my buddy's on Discord or something. No, he's away. Okay. I'm trying to think here. Instruct is being passed. So what are we doing over here? Where? Let's take a look here. library is in. Fix this, add a serialized function to UI text mode that correctly handles its modes. So we need a serialized function over here. We need the same thing as this here. Void serialize. I'm gonna put it here in our UI text component. Void serialize. Instead, we want text. I guess we can leave it as AR there. AR. What? Text, right? Oops. Text. Auto reference AR text. See what that does. Okay, so that fixes it. I'm not familiar with exactly that error, but okay, so now we finally want to get some buttons on the screen, right? So get some buttons on the screen. We got to call our create button function. Displacing entity, robot interaction, spawn enemy tank. This is basically Bloons TT without the sprites. Yeah, well, that's the goal, man. That's the goal. That's what I've been trying to do. So, that's what I'm trying to do. I want to load in the sprites too, but honestly, I'm not really familiar with how to do that. I think I'm gonna have to import like another library to get the sprites in, from what I've looked at, but I'm not really 100% sure. So we have our create button factory here. We're creating a button entity here. I'm doing all of this, right? So I think we have to call this in our scene somewhere. You'll figure it out. I'd have a good one, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you for stopping by, dude. Create tank. And we do that initialize scene update, right? This is our update function here. We have a render function as well, right? Where is that? Scene.h file. Get component, get registry. Is active, create robot. Update render, right? So we do have a render function. So this is where we render every single thing on the screen, right? Draw enemy path, renderer. We have our projectiles that we're rendering here, and we have our, what is this? And he's in the screen. We have our robots here. Takes in a renderer here. I'm trying to think. How exactly do you want to do this? Do we render the buttons on the screen at all, though? So we're setting all our positions, right? We're returning an actual button entity, right? So I believe we'd have to do this in a renderer. God, man. Another thing would be trying to figure out how to get the sprites in, dude. I think we have the sprites in the assets, right? So we have our font, we have our green tanks, right? We have our yellow tanks. Now I think about it, we probably need our little space bots, right, as we call them. What do we have here? We got like rename our orange bot. Right, we got an orange one, we got a red one, new orange bot, red bot. What are you creating? I am making a 2D top-down balloon shooter clone. Teal bot. Orange, red, green. Are you in university or have you finished? Yeah, I'm currently a student still. So, yeah. I'm in my last semester. Red bot, teal bot. Shit, what have we done? Red bot, orange. Sorry guys, I'm trying to lock in on this. Green bot. Yeah, I'm in university, so still a student. I've only just recently started applying to jobs. I've been kind of doing this series for about a year now, close to that. Nice, I start next week. Nice, man, that's cool. Just thought I'd start the series for fun, you know. I mean, I program every day either way, and I just thought, you know, why don't I just start recording myself? Like, fuck it. So, just went ahead and did it. So we have Violet bot now. Meet some friends out of it, you know. I don't know. We have our Violet bot. We have our yellow bot. Alright, so let's grab stuff here. We got our green bot. Alright, we got our orange bot. Grab these assets. Red bot. Teal bot. Our violet bot. And we want our yellow one. Perfect. Okay. Oh my gosh, dude. I haven't looked at this in a little while, dude. I have to edit this now, dude. That's frustrating, bro. It is what it is. I'll edit it later. Anyway. Let's create a button here, right? So I believe load player's sprite. Would we do that in the initialize method? Trying to think. C string. Why would people make games without game engines? Dude, honestly, I am not trying to make anything insane or something that I want to work on this for a little while. So, you know, I'm making this with STL3 and an entity component system. Just something simple, like to get my foundations in C++. I'm still learning C++. I've been teaching myself how to do it, just in my spare time. So, you know, I ain't like a professional game developer or anything close to that. Just interested in C++ and, you know, want to, just trying to learn in my spare time while, you know, I study at university and stuff like that. So that's all it is. Okay, so float X, float Y, width, height, you know, string. So, how old are you, bro? Is C++ your first language? No, it's not. I've done JavaScript, Python. What else have I done? JavaScript, Python, and Java. Java was my first language. How old are you, bro? Wishing you the best. I just turned 24. So, let's do 100, 100. 250. Then we want to pass in our button text. Okay. Yeah, C++ first language. No, it's not. I've just been teaching myself C#, Java. Yeah, I've never really done a lot on C#, but okay, so this should return a what? A Astra entity. Astra entity here. Joe Cool says, I'm learning Python right now. Am I cooked? I don't think so. I mean, dude, you can learn whatever you want, dude. I chose to learn C++, not that, you know, I want to be a professional game developer. I mean, I would love to, you know, work on stuff like that. But, what was I going to say? You know, I just was interested in C++. I don't know. Just wanted to learn something low level. I mean, I did a little bit of C at university. Didn't really go much in depth, and I wanted to learn a lot more about low level memory management and kind of what happens under the hood and everything. So I just went ahead and started teaching myself C++. Wish you the best of luck, man. Thank you, dude. I wish you the best of luck too, dude. You feel like tech is oversaturated for those looking to enter the industry as total beginners? Do I feel like it's oversaturated? I mean, yeah. I guess. I feel like it's just a tough time to look for an opportunity. Yeah, I feel like it's just a tough time to look for an opportunity. I'm nothing amazing either. You know, I've been what am I gonna say? You know, never worked on anything super cool. You know, show you some of the stuff I've worked on. This is my GitHub profile if anyone's interested. You know, some of the stuff I've worked on in the past. By the way, if anyone's interested, you guys should follow me on GitHub. I would love that. Appreciate it. Make me look a little bit better than what I am. But, you know, been working on this game for, I don't know how long, dude. Maybe like a month or something. Yeah, probably about a month. You know, I work on it, you know, when I have time. You know, I'm working on something called Rate My Fret, JavaScript. Great job, bro. Thank you, man. Were you able to find any internships during your time at uni? Yeah, man. I think my resume is on my website. My updated resume here is here. So, you know, I did 3 internships in my time in college. So yeah, I interned a little bit. You know, just so people know, I, you know, have not been looking for a job for 200 days and I haven't found anything. You know, I only just recently started applying about 2 weeks ago. So, you know, I'm trying to find something for January. I've been interviewing a little bit here and there. You know, it is just tough to get a chance. You know, the hardest thing for me is to get the first round interview. I think that's the hardest thing for me. I don't know about other people. Maybe here it could be a little different. For me, it's just really hard to get a first round interview. I feel like when I get into the interview, I do a good job at talking. I do a good job in the technical portions. I feel like I have a good technical background. You know, I have some personal projects on here. You know, I have my technical skills. Some of the stuff I did. I played tennis in college here. But you know, I have a 4.0 GPA too. I had 3.5 in my undergrad. I'm a teaching assistant here for the university I go to. Are you unemployed? No, I'm a teaching assistant. 3 internships and you can't find a job. I might be cooked. No, dude, you're fine. Dude, you're fine. You're fine, bro. Don't worry. Just work hard. Zorky, what's up, Max? How's it going? Hey, man, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping by, guys. Thank you. I want to start coding, but I feel so stupid after print hello world and just quit. Dude, just keep running, man. You just gotta put in the effort. Like, just keep going. You know, your hard work pays off eventually. So, you know, just keep grinding, dude. Keep working hard. So it is putting the button on the screen. It is creating the entity click me on text. Am I actually rendering it on the screen now? I don't know. Yeah, just keep grinding, dude. Keep working on things that, you know, you enjoy. I mean, you know, I always say I'm nothing special. Like, I'm probably the most average dude out there. Like, I'm nothing incredible. So I just like to work hard. What language did you start with? Sorry, man, I was getting to your question. What language did I start with? I started with Java, and then learned Python. You know, I'm not any expert on Java or Python either. I mean, I did it in college. I think I have a good idea about everything, but you know, nothing incredible. Yeah, and then Java, Python. Then I learned JavaScript. I did a I guess I'll talk about this too. I did a full stack web development bootcamp here. This is what I did. You know, something I wanted to learn. You know, I feel like they don't really teach a lot of this in college, so, you know, I went ahead and did this whole course. I got up to the React section, and I just started building my own personal projects. So did that, and then I wanted to teach myself C++. I mean, like what I said, I did a little bit of C in college, nothing incredible, but then I did C++, so it's good. Just chilling. What about you? Yeah, man, just, you know, working on my game, trying to figure out why this is not rendering to the screen. I think I need to draw the button's background, so how many years did it take you to feel like you have a solid understanding of your languages? Well, shit. Good question. Yeah. To be honest, I you know, like what I said, I don't think I'm anything incredible. Honestly, dude, if I'm being completely honest with you, I know you guys might be looking at my code and you're like, wow, like this guy knows how to code, but dude, really, like, you know, I'm just fucking, I have no idea why this is not rendering to the screen and I have to figure it out. So, I mean, dude, I'm not anything special. I just kind of, you know, just keep working on my stuff. I mean, you just keep coding, you keep doing stuff. Yeah, you'll figure it out. But, I don't know, dude, I take a lot longer to learn things than other people. So for me, you know, it took me probably a couple years, but maybe for other people it'll take a couple months. You know, like I'm a really slow learner myself. I just like to kind of go with the flow and learn stuff, especially my own time. Like right now, I mean, I have heaps of time in the world. It's not like I need to be, you know, a great C++ developer in a short period of time. I'm just working on things that I enjoy. that make me want to come here and code every day. So, what language would you recommend starting with? I would say probably, bro, honestly, I would probably say C++, bro, or C. 3.4 million views. Are you declining job offers to keep streaming? No, dude, I am not. I am not. I only just recently started applying to jobs, so. Added, yeah, hi, dude, what's up, man? How do you do when you forget something like syntax or concept? Dude, I just look it up, bro. I go straight to the C++ documentation, dude. You know, whatever I'm working with, and I just read the documentation. Or, you know, I mean, go to Claude, man, and just ask Claude your questions, dude. Like, how do I write a function to do whatever, right, in C++? And I just learn how to do it. So, yeah, I mean, bro, like, I'm not a fucking professional. Sorry for swearing. I probably shouldn't have swore, but, you know, I don't know everything off the top of my head. I mean, you know, I've been learning C++, like, so, you know, it's tough. I got to keep looking stuff up. Python is the best way where you can start. Yes, sir, Python. How long did this take you? Dude, I've been working on this for about a month now. So where's my renderer? Render. Shit, C.H. Where's my renderer file? So. Okay, so here we're creating the registry, right? We're grabbing all the buttons of these components. We're checking if it's visible. We're setting the state. So we have here gray, lighter gray, darker gray. We fill the rectangle. Mouse renderer, fill rect, button rect. What is button rect here? I don't know what that is. What is that? Oh, here. Fill rectangle, we call the renderer. Scared if I could swear, no worries, yeah, my bad. Because I still see a student when I use AI, I think I don't learn. Is this normal? Yeah, dude, I think it's fine. I mean, bro, like, as long as you're, I mean, you know, as long as you're actually, you know, writing code and stuff and you're understanding, I feel like AI is totally fine. Why don't you just create a project? That's what I'm doing right now. You think AI is going to take junior developer positions? No, I do not think that. Do I think AI is going to take over? No, dude. I don't think it's going to take over. I mean, I think there's always going to be a need for developers. I just think it's probably going to change the way people do stuff. But, you know, I still feel like it's, I mean, bro, if you want to learn how to code, like, and it interests you, I would recommend it to anyone. I think it's fun. I program every day, so, Ari Glass, wild to stumble on your stream last week in my job. Keep it up, Max. Reading your resume right now, pretty solid. Thank you, man. Thank you. I've been working hard, so thank you so much. Rec ESP for internship. See how you can tie things back to business impact. Thank you, man. Do you have any websites that are helpful to learn Python? Dude, I haven't tried this out, but dude, I think this website would be really good. Boot.dev, dude. You see this stuff on YouTube all the time. I would recommend this, dude. I haven't tried it specifically, but I think it would be good. But I would just say, just keep working on your own projects, man. Keep working on your stuff. Why don't you just make a game? Well, technically I am making a game, but got some build errors now. Takes 3 arguments. Takes a TTF. What is this? Shit. This is not a memory address. Const chart, text size, length, FG. Font, text, C string, text color, if text is visible. So we're pulling the registry here, we're grabbing the components in the view, we're checking if it's visible and the text is not empty. We grab our font, If the font is not here, we continue, right? We wouldn't get anything on the screen. Render text blended, font text, pointer, TTF font, C string, text color. 255. Give you understanding of the core W3 skills. Yes, sir. Gives you a core understanding. Yes, that is true. Man, where were we at, dude? I'm losing track of where I was at. So we need what? Another one. Font, text, length, color. So we got our font, we got our text, and we want our length. What do we want our length? Let's look this up. I'm not sure what this is. The length of the text invites 0 for terminated text. Size underscore T. So would we just pass in the length of this function? Should we call on the thread that created the font? I believe I had this issue before, but I'm not sure. Text dot size. What type of game is this? Yeah, it's a balloon shooter clone. Top-down balloon shooter clone. Oh, I got my debugger here. Whoops. Let's get rid of that. Oh, we got something on the screen. Here we go. So yeah, I'm building a top-down balloon shooter clone. I'm just trying to get some UI on the screen. I'm trying to figure it out. Right now my text isn't getting generated. I kind of want to move this over here a little bit. So let's XY. This would probably have to be like 200 or something. Let's see what that gives us. Oh, okay, so we're here now. Probably something like, well, it's 600 maybe. Okay, not 600, dude. Maybe like 1,000. Initialize method. What are the specs of my computer? Good question. Let's take a look. Right now, okay, you might be like, oh my god, this guy only has 200 GB hard drive. I dual boot Linux and Windows, so my Linux drive has like a 2 TB hard drive. I actually have another M.2 over here. So, you know, I have to replace this. I've just been so lazy, dude. I want to play games with my buddy, but I've been so lazy to replace it. I just don't want to reinstall Windows and everything on my computer. It's like, it'll take a while. Shuzen, what code languages are you using? I'm using C++ for this. Yeah, C++. So 1100. Oh, shit. Where were we at here? C.cpp, create button. I feel like this should be in the renderer, not in the initialize method. Let's see what this does here. Okay, so we got something here now. let's put this at 1050x. What am I building? I'm building a top-down 2D balloon shooter game. Okay, this looks fine. I mean, the UI doesn't have to look pretty, so let's make this a little smaller. Let's go 100. Oh shit, what's the CPU and GPU? Sorry guys, my bad. What's the CPU and GPU? Shit, what do I have in my computer? I got 32 gigs of RAM. I got, what game engine am I using? I'm not using a game engine. I'm using SDL3. So there is no engine. This game is, I think, a little too small for an engine. It's something just to learn my C++ fundamentals that I've been doing. It's really simple. I'm creating a very simple UI. Probably a pretty ugly UI, I'm not gonna lie, just a functional one. Dude, okay. Hang on, I think I can go to like here or something, right? Yeah, I got a 3060 Ti, 32 gigs of RAM, and AMD Ryzen 5600X. So I got an okay computer, and not anything amazing, but so we have this here. I don't know why the text isn't being rendered. Actually, what do I want to put this? I probably want to put these buttons kind of in the middle over here, going down. Each button's going to represent a different, you know, buy an orange tank, buy a blue tank, and then it's going to have the money there listed too. Yeah, I'm not making the UI anything pretty, but a functional UI is what I'm looking for. So we got here 1100. Probably want to move this up a little bit. Let's go 50. Okay. Let's go 1150. We go 25. Let's see what that looks like. Bro, we went to the same school and class. Connect, wishing you luck. No way, dude. Did we actually? That's crazy. Are you talking about EIU or? Sorry, dude. I don't. Yeah, dude. Connect with me on LinkedIn, dude, for sure, bro. I'm down, dude. Small world, bro. Small world. Yeah, that looks good. I think that's a good position. So let's create like multiple buttons here. Let's do another create button. Let's do. We have 4 different tanks, so let's do 4 buttons. Let's do like orange tank. Well, this is gonna be like, I don't know, $50 or something. Oh shit, they're all gonna be on top of each other. I didn't change their Y distance. Whoops. Let's go. Create button, float height. We want to double the height, so let's do like 75, 125, 75. You, Dr. Mo, it's a crazy coincidence, dude. I subscribe because I think one day you'll be successful. Thank you, man. Dude, that's crazy, bro, Dr. Mertz. Crazy coincidence, dude. Yeah, dude. I was at EIU only about a year ago, bro. So that's crazy, man. What a small world, dude. Yeah, dude, connect with me on LinkedIn, bro. I'm 100% down to connect. Have you graduated, bro, or are you still there? Let's make this like, let's do like 80, 30, 180. Oh. What is going on here, dude? 25, we got 80 here. 35, 185. Oh, whoops. 1085. Was Up approach how you learned programming off the bat? Yeah, I always, dude, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I always struggled with object-oriented programming. I still do. Just in terms of thinking about like the architecture of the classes is the most hard thing. Not that I don't understand the concepts, but more about how to think about how to get the class, how to think about a new class and stuff like that, which I think is totally normal. I think it comes after experience, but that looks good. Now we have to figure out why the text isn't coming here. Ah, man, my buddy's calling me. Been graduated for like 5 months now, looking for a job right now, dude. Let's go, man. Let's go, dude. W, dude. Yeah, do you remember me? I don't know, dude. Maybe we took classes together, bro. I have no idea. The last ever class I took at EIU was parallel programming. Your font console says the font didn't load. Oh shit, I didn't even look, dude. Where do you see that, bro? Font didn't load, dude. Run and look at the console. Alright. Yeah, but the last programming class I took there was parallel programming. That was spring of 2025 now? Spring of 24.
I found this on the web.
Oh shit. I don't know where you see this, dude. Am I blind, dude, or am I like other console to pop up? Behind your game window. Hey, hang on. Oh, you're talking about. Oh. Dude, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I've been having issues with loading my font the whole time. So, I don't know. I just don't see where you get that mess. Bro, I'm blind, bro. Sorry, dude. I don't even know what you're talking about. Run and look at the console, other console, the pop-up. Browsing the macro. Yeah, bro. I don't know what you're looking at, dude. To be completely honest. Let's just check where I load the font because I can't remember when I did this. It was a little while ago. It's in the Windows CMD window that pops up when you run the game. Okay. Let's get rid of the breakpoint. Run it. Oh, whoops. You're talking about, oh, failed to load font. Ah, shit. Okay. Failed to load font. Okay, so that's my issue. Let's take a look at. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Sorry, I didn't see that, dude. I don't even know where I loaded the font. I think it's in UI. UI.h. Yeah, I got my font here. So. Open Sans, dude. Am I doing this right? I don't know. So you got get assets path, right? Where is my get assets path? Let's just click on it. Construct pointer base, get base path, if base path. Return to string base path, assets. Okay. Open Sans. Come in assets, we go Open Sans. Variable fonts. Underscore width. .ttf. Okay. There we go. Yes, sir, dude. I'm not sure why. Let's set a breakpoint in here. Error reading characters from string. Hang on, let's fix that. Let's put this up here. Holy shit, dude. What the hell is this? Font path. Font null. How do I step back in the bugger, dude? I gotta rerun it. Font path. Error reading characters from string. Type SC string. Unable to read memory, unable to read memory. To load font STL3. You need to call STL underscore get error, dude. STL underscore get. What does this mean, bro? I don't even know what that means, dude. What does TTF open font return? Let's take a look. I believe a pointer. Font file, PT size. Let's just see if we can find some code somewhere. Font returns a pointer struct.
Open font.
Bro, look how old
we
this
need
is,
to
dude.
open
12
file.
years ago, dude. Oh my god.
It's going to be times.ttf. And we'll just call it white equals.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch this video. Okay, this is probably where I ask AI. Is the arrow pointer, do you need to dereference it? See, I'm not sure. I did this a little while ago. I'm not sure what exactly what the error is. I don't think so. I don't think I have to dereference it. I don't think so. Let's see here. Let's take a look at this. Let's copy the code. Let's grab the error that I was getting. Failed to load font. I don't know what this error means. Maybe GPT can tell me then. What's this error mean? Oh my gosh, dude. No way. Library not initialized. chart pointer. I think you're okay. My first thing I would check is what get assets path function is returning. Yeah, it's just returning I can't remember, dude. String. I don't know exactly. Shit, where is that? Hang on, let's grab that. Library not initialized, bro. What does that even mean, bro? Library not initialized. What's up, dude? Naran, what's up? You need to call TF in before any TF open file call example. TTF init wasn't called before using fonts. What is that, like a CO3 or something? Did you call TTF init? I don't think so, dude. I do not think so. No, I'm initializing the font here. I don't think so. Well, I guess we call TTF init. Do you play video games? Yeah, I do, dude. I do. Not a lot recently, but like I do. Let's just take this code. TTF init is equal to run, fails to initialize SCL TTF, get error. And then when shutting down, don't forget to clean up. So the root cause TTF wasn't called before using the fonts. Make sure. Okay. TTF get error. The GPT's probably got this wrong. Get error. I don't know. Let's just get rid of the get error for now. Return one. What is the return type here? We just want to return. Hope you get a better job. Thank you, bro. I don't really know what that means, but thank you, dude. I don't exactly know what TTF init is doing. Again, I've never really used this before, so let's ask ChatGPT, like, TTF init doing. Initialize the free type library. At the very end of your program. Yo, just saw your channel pop up. Hope that you get that job through. What are you working on right now? I am working on a 2D top-down balloon shooter game. Just working on it for fun. Trying to work on low-level C++ stuff. Just, you know. Oh my gosh, dude, we got the text on the screen, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Let's go, dude. W's, bro. So it was that TTF init. W's. So what was the thing that it wanted me to do? It wanted me to TTF quit. I think that's a common design pattern in STL. And do this stuff, then do a destructor somewhere. Yeah, I think I have a game shutdown function. Where I can... Oh, I do TTF quit here. STL quit. Okay. I did this forever ago, so... Looks like I do it here. Maybe when I initialize the game, do I want to do a TTF? Oh, I guess I do that here in the init function. Okay. Oh, whoops. So I do a TTF init. I guess I just never called the TTF init function. So yeah, now we got some text on the screen. Whoops, we're currently running the game. Now we need it inside the box. Oh, exception thrown. What did I just do there? Let's close that. Whoops, sorry. So looks like we initialized STL. Okay, yeah. So let's go back to our scene. All right, let's actually grab some more stuff on the screen. Local string button text. I think we need to make the button text a little smaller. How can we make the text smaller? We loaded our font in. Hit our color. Trying to think, we haven't got anything that we can. So this is the size of the thing. So we initialize the text here. Can we edit something here? How big we can make the string text? TTF set font size. That could be one. I don't know particularly. TTF set font size. Passing desired point size. You know, instead of looking this up, might as well just ask. What did we do over here? TTF open font. Create font from file, use specific point size. Close font. PT size. Does this refer to the... I think that refers to the size. Let's fuck with this. Let's make this... Let's see what it does. Okay, there you go. That worked. So we're gonna make it even smaller than that. Game.cpp, game.h, scene.cpp. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm getting lost. Let's do like... Last time I tried to learn C++, I set it up on WSL because Google said it's better to learn it from there. I ended up giving up after week just to make to work. LMAO. Yeah, dude. Doing this manually gives you an appreciation on how much is actually going on in any of your applications. Yeah, dude, it is kind of crazy, but you know, just trying to take it day by day here. Okay, so it looks like we got an orange tank here. All right, maybe we want it a little bit bigger than that. Bro, what is going on here, dude? Let's do. UI.cpp. Let's make this 10. We also got to kind of get the button in the middle of the button here, so. Okay. Again, the UI is gonna be like super shitty. Like, I don't think it's gonna be anything special, but hey, look, if it's functional, dude, you know, that's really all that matters, right? Like, I kind of just I think we should probably get a little bit more of the functionality down until we get to the nitty gritties. Trevor Donkey, you're doing great in my opinion. This is how you learn. Yeah, dude, exactly. I mean, you got to start somewhere when you're working with C++. So, okay. Let's just edit what it's saying, right? So let's do like, I don't know, guess we can just keep redeclaring it, right? So let's do, yeah. Let's do red tank. Or all the colored tanks that we have, dude. I have no idea. Assets. We have a blue tank, green tank, red tank, yellow tank, blue tank. We have blue tank. Let's do blue tank, green tank, red tank, and we have a program art. Yes, sir, dude. Yes, sir. Yellow tank, dude. Let's just like double the price of them. I mean, no one's really gonna play this game, so I don't think it really matters as long as we get the functionality working. $600. All right. Let's grab that. Oh, can we not redeclare in C++? We can. Okay, so yeah, we're calling it here. We don't need to. I think we can just do this. Is button text a reference? I don't think that would work, right? Because we're changing it technically, right? I think we're gonna have to redeclare it by itself. std string button text 2. std string button text 3, because I think it's gonna mess with it, dude. Because we're passing it as a reference, I think it's gonna mess with it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it does. Maybe someone who knows a little bit more than me can tell me if what I'm doing is correct. Blue tank, green tank, red tank. We want a yellow tank, right? This one can be like $600 or something. Oh, the raw blue tank. Oh, dude, I hate that it's doing this, dude. What did we do? Where was that scene? Okay, so we're passing in button text. We need to change button text 2, 3, 4. Probably, unless it makes a copy in the background, but that's why I pass by references. Okay, yeah, that is true. Thanks for that. I really appreciate you being here, Pterodonkey. You're helping me learn, dude. So thank you for helping me today, dude. Thank you for. It's nice to have people in here that, know a lot more than me. I'm still learning, so. Anyway, again, I'm gonna say as long as it's functional. Okay, perfect. Right, so we got our prices up here. So you finished university? No, I haven't yet. I have one more semester. I'm actually a master's student, but I have one more semester. So I just started my job application hunt. I'm graduating here in December to get a full-time position here in January. Believe it or not, Pterodonky, you might find this incredible. I don't know. Where I went to university, we didn't really learn low-level programming. So, like, you know, C, C++. I did a little bit of C in my parallel programming course and my computer architecture course. We did a little bit of C, but not to the point that we were actually doing anything. We were kind of doing like small assignments, so, you know, not really learning a lot of C. They didn't actually teach C. So I just thought I'd learn C++ on my own. So, you know, I don't know. I was interested in it. So, but yeah, I haven't finished yet. I'm graduating here in December. So anyway, you got $600 here. Was it a Java-based curriculum? Yeah, it was. Yeah, my first language I learned was Java. A lot of the course material and stuff was in Java. And I did some Python too as well. So my data structures class was in Python. I'm pretty sure from memory, I think. It was either Python or Java. It could have been both, though. I don't know. Have you, did you go to University Pterodonky, or, where are you from, by the way, bro? So I think here, what we want to do here is we want to get some text on the screen too, right? So let's say these are our buttons, right? Yeah, I've been in software engineering for 25 years. Holy shit, bro. Do you work, do you do a lot in C++, or? I really appreciate you being around here, dude. Thank you for joining my stream, bro, and helping me out, dude. Let's create like a SD string, right? Let's do like, let's close like display health. I don't really have a variable to display my health yet, so I'm just gonna leave that for now, but we're gonna create like a create text method, right? Don't exactly know what's that's gonna have here, but let's jump down here and create a Astra entity scene, create scene, sorry, not create scene, what do we want to call this? Create text. I'm trying to think here. We probably want like a float X, float Y for our location. And then probably the string, right, that we wanna pass in here. Yeah, Pterodonky, dude, you should connect with me, bro, on LinkedIn, dude. Send me a connection request, bro. I'd love to connect and meet sometime and maybe talk or something, or you know, whatever. Thank you for hanging out, dude. Float X, float Y, SD string, reference string. Okay, so now we want to actually create the entity, right? So we obviously want to return our text entity, right? So then let's create that, right? Astra entity, text entity, is equal to create entity, let's just copy this. Why are we getting an error here? Scene as no member create text. Oh, I have to make that in the scene.h. What is this, dude? This is my components, dude. Oh no, it's here. Okay. Astra entity create text. float X, float Y, and we want the text here. That looks good. Let's come over here. This error should go away. Go away, error. I think Visual Studio has an issue. I used to do a lot of C++. My world is AI and Python now, but I still like dabbling C++ and Rust every now and then and try to keep the skills from rotting. Let's go, dude. That's cool, man. That's cool, yeah, man. I hope I can find something as well coming up here in January. So it's definitely tough. I mean, I'm not sure if you really know. It's just definitely, you know, what the hard part about it is just, you know, just hard part for me specifically is just getting the interview, man. It's the hard part. Like just getting somebody to give you a chance and to look at your resume. I feel like it's definitely the hardest part. I don't know why I'm getting an error here, dude. Text entity. Why is this giving me an error? Text entity is undefined. Oh wait, what am I doing here? Create entity, text entity. Create entity is undefined. Dude, what is going on here, dude? Oh my gosh, did I misspelled it, bro? Go away, error, bro. Okay, there we go. Okay, sweet. Lol, the skill rot is real though. Yeah, dude, I could see that, dude. Yeah, the market is hard now. Yeah, I mean, I think I'll find something, but you know, I mean, that's why I did this, you know, to document my own journey, but as well, you know, maybe get noticed. So I don't know. Anyway, let's create our oh, we need to edit this, right? What do we want to return here, right? We probably don't need a button component, so we can get rid of that. A transform component and a UI text component, right? That has our text, our font, our color, if it's visible. Did I do any internships? Yeah, I did, bro. I have my resume here, dude. Yeah, I have my resume here. I did I'm a teaching assistant at the university I'm currently at for my master's program here, and then I did 3 internships in my time here. We also have some projects on here, my technical skills. Yeah, just stuff I'm proud about. I played tennis in college and stuff, but yeah, man, this is my stuff. So you should connect with me on LinkedIn, Donkey, man. I would love to, yeah, would love to talk, bro, if you want to. So, but yeah, man. So I'm based in the US too. I know I'm Australian, and it says I'm Australian here. I am Australian, but I live in the United States. So, I mean, I'm sure you could see that on my resume, but anyway. Yeah, I agree. Those are worth reaching out to. Yeah, I will just kind of, you know, I guess weighing out my options. You know, just trying to apply, just kind of see where it takes me and see who shows interest in me and everything. So, but yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. C.cpp. Let's grab our pointer here. Auto transform pointer is equal to get component. We want our UI transform component. That's gonna return us a text entity. Alright, then we can do transform pointer dot size dot x is equal to x. Transform pointer size dot y is equal to y. And then we want, so that's good. And then we want a pointer to our what is it? Our text component, text pointer, right? It's equal to get component UI text text entity text pointer is equal to get component. No, sorry, text pointer dot. Oh no, it's a pointer, so we have dot text is equal to string. We have an error here, dude. Too few arguments in function call. Oh, whoops. Let's do like 500. Oh, bro, we also have to do the render function too, dude. It's frustrating. Let's do like 500, 100, and then we want our display health here. We're gonna have to do our grab the registry and everything, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the stream here though, because I have to meet with my team here in 20 minutes. But yeah, appreciate everyone here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. If it interests you, you guys should check out my GitHub. You know, maybe give me a follow if that interests you. Make me look a little bit better than what I am. So thank you guys. I've been streaming here for I think close to 3 hours, so it was fun. You know, connect with me on LinkedIn, and there's a Discord in the description too. Just if people want to join a community of, you know, like-minded people. So if that interests you, it's in the description too. Appreciate the love, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Thank you guys. Peace. Thank you for the messages. Just joined. Take care, man. Thank you guys. See you later.